Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew and today we got some Brazilian news to talk about. We've got some PlayStation news to talk about, and we've got some other things to just talk about. So if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. So the Brazil government has 100% approved the purchase of Activision for Microsoft and, zero restrictions. So that basically means Xbox could, as far as Brazil's concerned, could buy Activision and make everything exclusive and be like, okay, whatever. They made a good point. They said, look, man, it doesn't matter. Even if Xbox was to put the Call of Duty and everything on the Xbox platform and make it exclusive, it doesn't matter. Like, they don't care. Like, it's not going to affect the overall industry enough for them to warrant, saying anything. But their responsibility is not even to worry about like PlayStation. Like, nobody cares. Like, they don't care. Their main goal is to protect their citizens, to ensure that their citizens are not going to get like screwed over. Like, all of a sudden Xbox is like, oh, yeah, well, we own Call of Duty and the only place you can get it is here, so we're going to charge you $200 a game. That's their main concern. That's all of the government's concerns. Is Microsoft going to overcharge people or make it harder for people to get that game they love? Basically, that's what it's all, from what I'm understanding, that's what it's all boiling down to with all of them. The European Union or whatever, yeah, I mean, like, they got Jim Ryan over there crying and they're like, come on, dude, there's nothing we can do. Stop flying out here every other day. Like, there's really nothing we can do. The best we can do is hold it off for another month or two until you get God of War out there so that you can sell a few more PlayStation 5s. But after that, dude, Xbox is going to run away with this, with Call of Duty, man. Because who's going to buy your PlayStation 5 when they can buy an Xbox and play Call of Duty for $15, man? You really think they're going to want to pay your $70 fee and tax and all of that stuff to play freaking Call of Duty? No. Jim Ryan, it's okay, dude. Stop crying. Go home. Relax. Come up with another plan. Think things through a little better. I mean, like, you're so gung-ho on this whole freaking games as service that you have basically... Yeah, man, like, I don't think the quality of PlayStation games are what the quality of PlayStation games were at the end of the PlayStation 4 generation. And that's it. I mean, when we get bangers from Xbox like Grounded. Yeah, Grounded. I am giving that game a 10 out of 10 in my review. Like, it's great. I love Grounded. I'm talking to my friends at work that are playing it and everything, and we're like, it's exciting. It's a fun game, and we're all grown men. And Grounded is the kind of game that you want as a gamer, that you want. You're like, wow, man, this is cool. It's got a good story. It's not like super like over like the whole cutscenes and everything like those. It's a game. You get in there, you play. There's systems that are intricate, and you learn and you figure out how to do things and progress your character. That to me is cool. It's entertaining. It's engaging. The PlayStation games, they look good. They really do. They look good. They've got really high production value, all of that stuff. I'm not saying that PlayStation games are bad. Not at all. Like, I've never said that. I don't think they're bad games. I think they're fine. I think that, the cutscenes and the production quality and all of that stuff is like the highest quality that you can get in the industry. Like, it really is. But the gameplay and the systems and the in between the cutscenes and all of that stuff, I mean, I'm not trying to be mean, but that's some pretty average gameplay. Like, it's just average. Most of the time, it's not memorable. You get like a game like God of War. God of War's, I mean, it had like, I think God of War was a more well-rounded package because it did have engaging gameplay, but the camera being so close to Kratos and on the PlayStation version, it really wasn't. It's not really, I mean, like, yeah, it's fine and all, whatever. I mean, obviously it's playable. Anybody could play through it. I played through it the first time on 30 frames a second, was able to beat the game and have fun, whatever. Yeah, it's playable, but they're PlayStation first party games. They're more out there to push the boundaries of visuals and story and all of that stuff. And that's cool. There is a place for that in the market. People buy those games. I buy those games. I enjoy playing those games, and I will continue to buy those games. But when it comes to Xbox is where I do everything else. I have a Series S. I have a Series X. I do 100% recommend the Series S. If you're a casual gamer and you're just wanting something to play, to get through, to have, to get an amazing value with Game Pass, yeah, dude, Series S is awesome, man. I test every single game I buy on my Series S as well. I do two videos of everything. I play the Series S version. I mean, I'll even jump on the Series S and do live streams for these games just to show people that, like, man, they're just fine. It runs just fine. I basically get the same experience, gameplay wise. Sometimes you get like a shakier frame rate. Sometimes you're not getting, the super high quality visuals or whatever, but most of the time, like, it's the same experience. Like, if I go from my Xbox Series S on my monitor to my Xbox Series X on my 4K OLED, I don't feel like the experience is like, I don't personally feel like I'm getting a bad experience when I'm playing on my Series S. Like, I'm 100% stand behind the Series S. I think it's freaking awesome. I think it's an amazing value with Game Pass. The Series X, man, this thing is borderline PC. Like, it's strong enough to, like, really push a 1440p monitor, and it is good enough to give you a convincing 4K experience pretty consistently. PlayStation 5, I would say, is a really strong 1440p console that it's not as consistent when it comes to the 4K. It's not as consistent. Now, Xbox Series X, way better freaking feature set than the PlayStation 5. Just in my opinion, better controller, better, it's a more well-rounded console for the same price with better features that you get a way better value with Game Pass. Now, you notice the Game Pass thing behind me. I am getting probably one of the biggest Xbox checks ever this month with Game Pass. There are so many games. Medieval Dynasty comes out tomorrow. We get freaking Plague's Tale Innocence, 2 medieval games, and I'm like, oh yeah. We're going to get Scorn. We're going to get freaking, dude, so many games that are coming directly to Game Pass that we don't need to go out and buy. We can play them. If we love them, we can buy them. If we're like, okay, this is great, I just want to play through it. You don't understand as a PlayStation gamer. If you're a PlayStation gamer, you just don't understand, man. Like, the level of value that you get from Game Pass, it's like there's always something new to play. I'm not saying that PlayStation Plus Premium or PlayStation Plus Extra is a bad deal. No, it's not. It is a really good deal. If you're a PlayStation owner, I do highly recommend that too. But when it comes to Game Pass, you just can't match that service with old games, man. Like, you can't do that. Like, it doesn't matter if it's a double A game or an indie game. They're freaking brand new and they're day and date on your Game Pass subscription, and you're getting AAA games. You're getting the whole works. You're getting such a well-rounded package that you get to try and experience new games every month. Every month there's something new for you to try. And I'll tell you what, man, Xbox gamers are happier. They're saving more money. They're finding new experiences that they never would have thought to have played. The Xbox platform is expanding gaming faster than any other platform out there, aside from probably your mobile phone. If there's stuff to play and you are looking at that and you're experiencing that, you are not only are you getting hyped for it, like I talk to my Xbox community all the time, and they genuinely get hyped for games that they see coming to Game Pass. They look at them and they see them and they're like, wow, man, that looks interesting. And then they play it and they're like, oh, man, that's good. And they're always telling me, they're like, hey man, you need to try this, or you need to try this. And I buy so many games that I put the games that I buy as a priority for me to cover on the channel. just because I'm putting my money out there and I'm buying these games, or when developers give me games, I'm trying to cover stuff the best way I can. But when they tell me and I download these games and I play them, I'm like, yeah, you guys are right, man. That's actually a pretty cool experience. And that's good for them because they get to experiment. They get to experience these new games that they never possibly would have even played. Because let's face it, man, most gamers right now, when it comes to the console space, because I know I'm in the same thing. Most of us gamers right now, because of the console space, we are jumping from one AAA to the next, because we're like, oh man, we got this much money and we want to have that quality. We want this. We've got this and we liked one and we like the next one, and you know what I mean? It's like a virtuous cycle. We just keep buying all these games that keep bombarding us with all of this, like, this PR and these ads and this advertising. We never hear about any of this other stuff. Like, when was the last time you turned on your TV or something and you saw like an ad for Chivalry 2? Like, when have you seen that? Like, when have you seen that? Like, rarely ever. And then you're like, whoa, man, and you play Chivalry 2 and you're like, wow, this game is freaking awesome, man. Did you know that game launched for $39.99? And it's an amazing experience. And now it's on Game Pass this month. You could have downloaded it yesterday and you could start playing that and you can have fun and you can see what that experience without having any money in the game. Like, all you have to do is you don't have to download it. You can just start live streaming it and play it to see if you like it or not. Play a couple matches, and if you like it, then download it. That's the beauty of Xbox. The system is just so much more. The ecosystem is just it's so much more in your face. If like, say, hey man, like, you're like, all right, cool. I'm moving up from consoles. I've finally got enough to build me a PC. I want to play games, with higher frame rate. I want to get like higher resolution. I want to see like higher textures. You buy a PC, everything you bought on your Xbox, like all of your first party games, a bunch of even third party games, like, you already got an Xbox version of that game. You don't need to go out and buy any of those games a second time. Like, you already own them. There's just so much more. The Xbox is just a more seamless experience that's going to reward. It feels more rewarding, to be completely honest with you. As a fan of Xbox now, I feel happy. I feel excited. I feel invigorated in gaming again. Like I haven't been in a long time. Like, I love my PlayStation first party games. Like, I love them. I think they're great. I love playing them. But I can't explain to you, in a way that would make you understand without you just trying it. Just going into something with an open mind, playing the Xbox, playing the games that are on there. Like, it might not click with you at first. Like, it might take you a little while. If you're a hardcore PlayStation fan and you're like, man, I love my PlayStation first party games, it might take a little while to click with you. But once you start playing these games on Game Pass and you start to experience these, and once you can get over that, oh man, it's not quality thing. Cause I still struggle with that sometimes too. Like, I'm not even going to lie. Like, I still struggle with that sometimes too, but I force myself sometimes to look past some of that stuff. And what I find are amazing experiences that I wouldn't have played, man. If I was still stuck on a PlayStation, I never, ever bought like indie games on the PlayStation. I never bought them. I think the first AA game I ever bought on the PlayStation was like Sniper Elite 3. I was like, oh my gosh, I was always just buying these AAA banger games or whatever because that's all I had time to play. I'd buy them, I'd play them, and then I would sit there bored and lonely and, for a long time, man. But then I started getting to the point where money wasn't such a constraint anymore and I could start buying more whenever I wanted. And then I see, Horizon Forbidden or Forza Horizon 3 Blizzard Mountain come out, and I'm like, dude, I literally bought an Xbox for that one game because I wanted to play it. And then boom, everything just went nuts. Everything just went crazy with me with gaming again. I was like, wow, man, I want to play more games. I want to experience this. So then I had two consoles, man. And now when I was waiting for something on the PlayStation, boom, I had something on the Xbox. when I was waiting for something on the Xbox, boom, I had something on the PlayStation. And you can't go wrong there, man. You get to play so many games. And if you're somebody like me that jumps from game to game to game to game pretty quickly, pretty frequently, like that's why it made sense for me to start a YouTube channel, because that's always been the way I game. Like I'll play something, then I'll get bored with it, or I'll overplay it and I'll play it so much that I need something new. Like I just need something new so that I can change, my course and my setting and whatever. You know what I mean? I love gaming, man. I love Xbox. I love PlayStation. PlayStation's pretty solid. Nintendo's good. Like I'll always be a Nintendo at heart. I love my Nintendo. I love my Mario. I love playing those games. When they come out with new ones, I usually buy them and I'll play them. You know, me and Junior will play them and stuff. And I love gaming, man. That's why I started this channel. Xbox has like really done something this generation, last generation, to like really, really kind of push me back toward, that gaming that I used to game like when I was younger, man. I used to be able to get a lot of them PlayStation 1 and 2 games, and then I was like managing a video game store and stuff, and it was just so fun, man. There was always something to do. I don't know. I know this has been a little bit all over the place, but I'm going to close with, the PlayStation Stars and Xbox rewards, man. I think they're both cool. I think that, there's a lot of misinformation going on around about PlayStation Stars right now. I get the whole, like people being like, oh man, you got to pay for better service or whatever. Technically, man, if you have to buy video games to get your score up, yeah, like you technically are kind of paying for a little bit of that money is clearly going towards helping you get to a higher score so that you can get better customer service, man, which is stupid, which is dumb. Like seriously, like who can? I buy my games, I play them, whatever. Like that part right there, it's like, yeah, it could go either way. No, you're not technically paying for better service, whatever. But it does kind of seem like null and void. Like, why would that even be? I don't know. Like, I get when people are being like, dude, that's so dumb, because it is. Like, why would that be something that like they would be like, yeah, man, if you buy our games and you're like a tier 4 freaking PlayStation Stars, and heck yeah, man, we're gonna like bump you to the top. It's like you're a VIP, and it's like, dude, that's so bad to use customer service as a VIP perk. But YouTubers and stuff do it all the time. So whatever, man. It is what it is. Like, if you guys want to be mad at PlayStation Stars, be mad at it. At least, because before that, man, like all the money that I spent on PlayStation games up till today, I wasn't getting any credit for them anymore because I wasn't using a PlayStation Visa or a Sony Visa card on those accounts, because that was the only way you could incur points anymore, because they stopped that sometime last year or the year before. So, and basically I haven't gotten any points for any of those games since they did that. But now I'm finally getting points again. So that's cool, man. Now I don't feel bad, and I'm getting points for every single purchase I buy. So I'm happy with that. Whatever. Now I get my points back. So Xbox rewards is still superior. You could still earn points, and you can get your Game Pass subscription with that for free. I was actually sitting on my phone today on Bing, and I was doing like some of the things and added another 100 freaking points to my score. I mean, and that's money. That's actual money. And I was like, wow, that was pretty simple. So yeah, there you go, man. That's what it is. That's what it is. I honestly feel like if you are sitting on the fence about Xbox this generation, don't, man, because once Call of Duty is Xboxes, boom, things are going to change, man. It's going to even out. It's no longer going to be PlayStation sitting on top, calling the punches and talking down to Xbox. No, dude, they're going to be on equal freaking footing, and it's going to be interesting to see. So if you're a PlayStation fan or you're an Xbox fan, at least we're going to get real competition this generation. Real competition. So if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.